If you're over 40 and there's a quiet part of you that feels like time is slipping away, this might be the one video you shouldn't skip. Because what's actually happening to you right now is not what you think. You don't have a discipline problem. You don't have a motivation problem either. You have a life that was built for survival, not for the real you. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, between responsibilities, between deadlines, between "I'll start Monday," quietly turning into 5 years, 8 years, sometimes 10. Sound familiar? Now some mornings you wake up not in panic, not even crying, just quietly aware that you're not where you thought you'd be by now. You've done everything right on paper, the career, the responsibilities, showing up for everyone else, yet something still feels postponed. You didn't waste your life, but you did postpone yourself. It's late at night. The house is finally quiet. You're standing in front of the open fridge, the cold light hitting your face, not even hungry, just tired of thinking, tired of negotiating with yourself again. There are two voices fighting inside you. One whispers, "You've had a long day, you deserve this, just relax." The other says, "Don't do this again," and most nights you already know which one usually wins. At this point, it's not even eating. It's an emotional support meeting with your fridge. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They think the problem is food, or laziness, or willpower. It's not, it's identity. You've spent the first half of your life perfecting a persona that fit everyone else's expectations, family, work, society. Now at 40, that persona is exhausted, and the real you is finally ready to step forward. Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you felt fully proud of yourself? Not just busy, not just getting through the day. I mean proud, the kind that settles deep in your chest, because deep down you've always known there's more in you. That knowing is actually what hurts the most. You're not stuck because you don't know what to do. You're stuck because you keep choosing what's easy when you're tired, and every time you do, you teach yourself that your own word doesn't mean much. At this point, even you don't fully believe your own starting Monday. But here's the shift that changes everything at 40. You are not broken, you are patterned. And once you see the pattern clearly, you stop blaming yourself and you start changing the system. Here's the brutal truth most 40-year-olds never face. You don't fail because you're weak. You fail because you're still living someone else's story. Think about it. You've spent decades doing what you should do, following the plan someone else wrote for you, chasing goals that looked good on paper but never quite felt like yours. And now your real self is sitting quietly in the corner, wondering why it's still waiting for permission to live. It's like your inner self is holding a tiny protest sign and your brain just sends it a Zoom invite and then forgets to show up. Here's what science actually says. By the time you hit 40, your brain has built decades of habit highways. Highways for comfort, highways for safety, highways for repeating patterns that once worked but no longer serve the person you're becoming. Your real self is still stuck on a detour while the old autopilot keeps driving. You're not lazy. You're driving the wrong car on the right road. And it's exhausting. Most people think they fail because they don't try hard enough. No, you fail because you're trying with the wrong identity. You're still showing up as the version of you that spent the first half of life perfecting a persona for everyone else. The responsible one, the reliable one, the one who carries everything. But that version is tired and it was never fully you. You know the drill, you bought the planner, you downloaded the app, you even told your spouse or your friends this time it's different. And yet by day 10, it's all back to autopilot. The same fridge at night, the same scroll instead of move, the same quiet guilt. Let's face it, your habits are like that one friend who always promises to show up and ghosts you every single time. Here's the kicker at 40. Your entire environment is designed to keep you exactly where you are. Phones, notifications, social media, streaming, work culture, easy snacks. Every single day your surroundings are trained to hijack your attention before your real self even gets a word in. And after decades of this, you start doubting yourself. Even though your brain is sharper than ever, even though your body still has strength left, you feel like you're running out of time. Here's the truth. You are not out of time. You are out of alignment. Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You wake up and instead of hitting snooze for everyone else, you do one small thing just for you, not for your kids, not for your boss, not for the endless to-do list. Just one thing, even if it's something as simple as brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand to wake your brain up differently. Here's why that tiny action matters so much at 40. Every small choice outside your default identity starts rewiring your brain. Every tiny win becomes a building block. Every time you choose yourself, you grow real self-trust. And by 40, that self-trust is far more powerful than any burst of motivation. Think of it like finally updating your life software, except you've been postponing the update for years while the old version keeps crashing. But here's the magical part. Once you recognize that the real problem is identity, everything begins to change. You stop fighting yourself, you stop blaming yourself, and you start building the version of you that actually sticks. It doesn't matter what you think you lost: youth, early opportunities, past mistakes. What matters is the decision you make right now. The second act doesn't start in the past, it starts in this moment. You are not too late, you are exactly on time, and your best life hasn't even started yet. Enough waiting, enough explaining, it's your turn. At 40, the second act isn't optional. It's inevitable if you decide it is. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. Someone asks, "What's your passion these days?" You used to shrug it off. Now you smile and say, "I'm just getting started," and you mean it. Even if your coffee costs $7. Here's what's crazy about turning 40. Your brain is actually wired better than ever for complex thinking, deep focus, and emotional control. Peak concentration often hits around age 43. Emotional resilience is stronger than it was in your 20s. Your vocabulary, expression, and ability to connect with people continue to improve. You've been training for this all these years without even realizing it. Your 20s gave you energy, your 30s gave you experience, your 40s give you power because you finally know how to use both. Think about it. You're old enough to remember life before Wi-Fi, but young enough to still scroll TikTok without feeling guilty about it. That's literally a superpower. Here's how you turn those superpowers into real action in 2026. Micro-learning, just 10 to 15 minutes a day on a new skill. Habit stacking, attach it to something you already do every day. Learn AI prompts while you're commuting. Practice a new language while doing the dishes. Small steps, big results. Your 40s demand reflection. Spend just 15 minutes once a week and ask yourself, am I living my own script or someone else's? Write down one small adjustment you'll make in the coming week. It's like debugging your life without crashing the whole system. Pro tip: your journal will never argue back with you, but it might judge you silently, just like your cat. The 40s are not for slowing down, they are for upgrading. Treat your failures as bedrock, not shame. Treat your wins as fuel, not luck. Treat your life as a second act movie where you are the lead, the director, and the producer. And yes, sequels are usually better than the originals. And if you think hobbies are only for kids, think again. In 2026, the smartest people are turning to pickleball, social, competitive, and exploding in popularity. Needlecrafts like knitting and crochet, incredibly calming for your nervous system. Nature photography and birdwatching, training presence and creativity. AI and data skills, perfect for career pivots or starting something new. Basically, your midlife crisis just got rebranded as a midlife upgrade. Your second act doesn't require perfection. It requires decision, courage, and consistent action. Everything else is just noise. Procrastination looks different at 40. In your 20s, binge watching TV. In your 30s, binge working. In your 40s, binge watching self-help videos on TikTok. It's time to stop watching and start binging your own growth. And here's the heart of it. You've already survived life. You've already learned the hard lessons. You've already built real resilience. Now it's time to turn that survival into creation. You are not starting late. You are starting smarter, stronger, and wiser than ever. And the best part, every choice you make now compounds faster than it ever could before. You don't need another pep talk. You need a system that actually works. Because hope without structure is just noise. Here's your blueprint for living your second act intentionally. Rule 1 is simple. Move every day. Not an hour at the gym, just 10 minutes to start. Strength training to fight the natural muscle loss that begins in your 40s. A walk, some stretches, or even dancing to your favorite 90s playlist in the kitchen. Yes, even if your kids are rolling their eyes at you, movement isn't just physical, it tells your brain, I am alive, I am in charge. Rule 2. Control your environment. Remove the digital triggers that steal your time, move those apps off your home screen. Clear the kitchen triggers, don't keep what you don't want to eat within easy reach. Organize your workspace, a clean desk really does create a clearer mind. Your surroundings shape your habits whether you like it or not. Think of it as digital feng shui. Yes, it's real, and yes, your cat still doesn't care. Rule 3. Win small every single day. Make your bed. Send that one email you've been avoiding. Do a quick stretch before your first coffee. These micro-wins rebuild self-trust faster than any motivational speech ever could. Your second act is written in micro-moments, not grand gestures. Here's the new science that changes everything for people over 40. Vagus nerve toning, deep diaphragmatic breathing, humming, or even splashing cold water on your face. Somatic tapping, gentle tapping on your chest, shoulders, or legs to release stored tension in just 2 to 3 minutes. Micro-meditations, quick resets between tasks instead of long sessions. These hacks are simple, but your younger self would have killed for tools this effective. Here's a realistic daily routine for your 40-plus life. The Mindful Lens Blueprint. 7 simple steps you can actually stick to. 1. 7 a.m. grounding. 2 minutes of deep breaths or gentle somatic tapping before you touch your phone. 2. Mindful photography walk. Take a 15 to 20-minute walk and capture one thing you've never truly noticed before. 3. Intentional work start. Write down one quality of mind you want to carry today. Patience, focus, calm. 4. Sensory lunch break. Eat the first 5 minutes of your meal without any screens, just taste and texture. 5. Afternoon reset. When the slump hits, use boxed breathing or a quick stretch. 6. Evening reflection. Journal 3 small wins and 1 lesson from the day. 7. Gratitude closing. Before bed, name 3 things that went right today. Do this consistently and watch your 40s start to feel like your most powerful, present, and alive decade yet. You might be thinking, great, another routine I'll forget by Wednesday. Nope, not this time. This one's shorter than your usual LinkedIn scroll, easier than making avocado toast, and way more likely to actually change your life. Consistency beats intensity. Small daily habits compound into a life you actually recognize and feel proud of in the mirror. Your 40s are not for punishment or catching up. They are for design, refinement, and quiet mastery. Think about this. Every micro-win rebuilds self-trust. Every mindful habit rewires your nervous system. Every consistent action quietly shifts your destiny. By the end of this week, you could already feel like a different person. Now that you have the system, the habits, the hacks, and the routine, it's time for the final piece. The emotional rebirth, the legacy you're ready to build. The mirror moment where you finally see your own script looking back at you. Because the second half of your life is going to be legendary. You might feel broken right now, physically, mentally, spiritually, and that's okay. Because broken doesn't mean defeated, it means ready to rebuild. The cracks in your life aren't failures, they are doorways to strength. You are not just living for today. You are living for the people you love, for the wisdom you pass on, and for the mark you leave when you are gone. At 40, legacy is no longer optional. It's inevitable if you choose it intentionally. Yes, you can mentor someone while still trying to figure out how TikTok works. Now imagine this, you wake up tomorrow morning. You walk to the mirror, and for the first time you don't look away. You see someone who has shed the shoulds that suffocated them for years, embraced the micro-wins that rebuilt real self-trust, taken control of their habits, their health, and their mindset. You are no longer living someone else's script. You are the author of your second act, and this act is legendary. Say it with me. I can change. I will change. I must change. At 40, I am unstoppable. And yes, you can still binge Netflix after saying it, just with purpose now. Here's the truth from one 40-something to another. Your 40s are not the end of the line. They are the beginning of your most authentic, powerful, and fulfilling chapter yet. The dreams you paused, you can chase them now. The career you left behind, you can reinvent it. The self you buried under everyone else's expectations, you can bring it back stronger, wiser, and freer than ever. And yes, the Wi-Fi might still go down, your kids might still ignore you, and your dog might continue to judge you silently from the couch. But none of that matters anymore, because for the first time in a long time, you finally matter to yourself. So here's what you do next. If you are ready to start your second act right here, right now, type in the comments, "I'm starting my second act." By writing it, by saying it, by committing to it, you've already begun. Your second act doesn't wait for motivation. It waits for your decision. One day soon, sooner than you think, you will look in that mirror, and you'll see someone who finally lived their own script. Someone who finally won the quiet, invisible battles. Someone whose second act is unstoppable. You are not finished. You are just getting started. If this spoke to you, share this video with one person who needs permission to begin their second act at 40. Thank you for spending this time with me. Now go write the rest of your story. I'll see you in the comments.